Нічого не зрівняється з відчуттям життя в дерев'яному будинку, каже Марі, горда власниця цього затишного двоповерхового будинку. Кілька років тому вона з чоловіком Гельдером та дітьми вирішили переїхати зі Швейцарії до її рідної Естонії. Переглядаючи ринок нерухомості, вони не змогли знайти будинок, який би ідеально підходив для їхньої родини. Тому вирішили побудувати новий дім самостійно. Після того, як вони відвідали один із готових дерев'яних будинків компанії Finnlog і відчули його унікальний мікроклімат, вони зрозуміли, що це ідеальний вибір. Ми запитали Марі та Гельдера, як їхній будинок мрії став реальністю від будівництва у віддаленому режимі на відстані 2000 кілометрів до того, як вони насолоджуються життям в ньому сьогодні.
I guess for me, the process, we started looking actually at already built houses when we started looking for a home here in Estonia, right? Because we decided already, I think we actually always played with the thought there would be a possibility to come and live in Estonia, right? And I think when the children were in the right age, we decided that's now the time to move. It's basically now or never, right? So we took the decision to move away here. And we started looking for houses, but we very quickly realized that probably already built houses is not going to be anything for us. Because there was always something disturbing us, right? The positioning, the design, the story, whatever it was, right? So we decided, okay, we have to do something by ourselves. The decision was to find a plot. Then we found a plot, and we started looking for options that there are to build houses, right? And then I think a family friend referred us to the log houses.
And then we started looking for the different firms, met few. And then we found you guys. We arranged meeting with you, Ghelder. We went to watch the house, got to know you better. And I think, this was the final decision breaker when we saw the house in Viimsi. And there, you just entered the house and you felt, okay, that's it. That's the one. The feeling, the materials, like nothing beats this. And that's how we decided to go with you.
Yeah, and I think for me it was really also the comparison, because living in Switzerland, I lived all my life in Switzerland. I was born in Portugal, lived all my life in Switzerland basically. And living in those small apartments, always with this, let's say, random materials, this concrete, these isolation materials, you immediately felt the difference when you entered this kind of microclimate in those houses, right? And for me, that's where we were kind of like sold.
The real materials.
We were like okay, let's go.
Yeah.
It's only natural materials, it's just wood, it's nothing else. And that's where we took the decision we want to take with that. And in addition, also because we were abroad, right, still, and then Marty can tell a bit more about the process later because she was the one mainly dealing with it. We also needed a very professional party on the other side to take care of all of the things that we could trust, right? Because we are still 2,000 kilometers away, not just like around the corner. And that was why we also found that you guys are really a trustworthy partner to take on the job for us.
Yes, yes. The house has 2 floors, as you can see. And we wanted to have, because of the plot, it doesn't have too much light. You see, we have a lot of trees and we want to keep them as much as possible. So we had to kind of open the window area. I wanted to get this feeling as well, that when you're inside, you watch through the window, you automatically like flow to the outside. So this was very important for me, and with Lise we could really make it nice. The window sizes and everything change. So and it's not too big. Didn't want some kind of huge monster house. Everything is nice and compact. And upstairs is like living area, like where we sleep, kids play.
I think it's very efficiently built because there was also obviously some restrictions from the ground area given by the municipality, right? And I think based on that is what we had to work with. And I think based on that, the Finnlog team came up with a very good solution. We knew we were going to need 4 bedrooms, right? And we knew we were going to need a living room and a kitchen basically to start out with the very basic things. And then I think you guys really had some good ideas also on how to build and how to construct everything to make it as efficient as possible. I think, looking back now, you could always have more space. It's always a thing, especially when you have a family and 3 children. You always run out of space at some point, but I think it's perfect for us actually in terms of the space and if you organize yourself, so it covers exactly our needs.
Throughout the process, when I came to visit here, the workmen always came and talked and discussed with me as well. Mari, what do you think of this? Let's do and this was awesome because even in these little moments when I was here, we could always hear, like, find solutions, and they were thinking with us. So I have to say they were also great.
I think for me it's really just like the feeling you get, the sensation when you're inside the house. You know, I think maybe some people are a bit more sensitive or less sensitive to such things, but I think both Marty and myself really appreciate the feeling of natural materials, quality materials.
Sustainability.
Around us as well, right? And also, of course, great design. And I think for me it's really the difference you felt immediately when we went to see the one house that you showcased to us. You immediately felt that difference, you know, like I couldn't compare it to anything else that I've experienced before. And actually, it's also confirmed to me when we have now visitors and people that are coming, my family sometimes, to visit from Switzerland and other places. They also say the same. They say like the climate, the environment you have in your house is completely different from anything that I have seen. And so it confirms also what we experienced back then. So I think for me, this was really the main driver actually to say we want to build a log house, because I think the design or the looks you could have done also with some different materials. But this natural feeling, you would have not have been able to reproduce it with anything else, right?
Already how it smells when you touch it, nothing compares to this, like nothing. So it's just this feeling. I wouldn't change it to anything else.
Yeah. And I've actually also an anecdote when I talk to people about it, and they say like, you live in Estonia, it's minus 30 degrees. You must have some insulation there in the house. And I say, no, it's just wood. And they're like, no, but there must be something. I'm like, no, it's just wood. And they're really always like thinking like, it cannot be, right? Because people are not familiar with those things, right? And I think it's really something also that they can't even imagine that, yes, it's just wood, it's just a log and nothing else.
This is something which people, they go and watch, are you sure there's nothing in the middle?
Yeah.
No, there's only this log. And this is, for most of the people, they don't understand how does it work. But it works.
I mean, it was in a very challenging time, let's be honest also, right? Because it was just after Corona broke out, I think, when we started out the project. So traveling was also not so possible. We had all this shortage on materials, supply chain and all of these things. All the materials got more expensive. I think we were talking every week that something just got more expensive again, right? And again, it just was the environment we were in. But I think we managed it very well as well, right? In the team to work with that. And I think we had several calls also to update each other. And I think this was handled very well in terms of timing. And because of that, there were some delays. But we were also not in a crazy rush with the house, right? So actually we got exactly to the time where we wanted to move here, which was summer 2 years ago. So I think it was perfect after all, to be honest, also with the timing and also given the very challenging and difficult circumstances that we were facing.